Yeah, come on. Clap, clap, clap. Hope you guys are ready for Cuphead. So yeah, this is a kind of weird category. Usually we do like normal category to play in this game is like all bosses, which is basically you beat the game while beating all the bosses and getting the good ending. And this one is pretty similar. You do the same thing. You beat all the bosses and yeah, get the good ending. But there's one twist here in One Gun is that you can only use one specific weapon out of the ones you can buy from the shop in-game. So my idea here was to have a bid war going throughout ESA, where you guys can pick which weapon I'm gonna use throughout the run. So yeah, we can go ahead and close that bid war. And
yeah, we're gonna make sure we gotta cut it off and then refresh one more time to be sure if it got sniped, that the snipe comes through. So I'm gonna wait for the signal till we actually hear that it is cut off.
Alright.
And by the looks of it, we closed the incentive and Lobber won with $50.
Alright, cool. What were the results for the other weapons?
Charge and Spreadshot both got 10 and Roundabout got nothing.
Alright. Well, we're going with the Lobber then, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, hang on. Go. Alright, so here's Cuphead. It's, if you're not familiar with it, it's kind of like a... The gameplay is kind of similar to like classic NES game and like Contra and Mega Man and stuff like that. Normal shooter, like platforming game, more or less. So what we're gonna do here in the beginning, we're gonna collect all the money we need to buy the weapon Lobber. So we need a total of 8 coins for that. So we get 3 coins from that guy, and we have to play this level without shooting anything, because we do have a weapon. We have the pea shooter, which is the starter weapon. But remember, this is One Gun, so we're not permitted to use any other weapon than the Lobber once we get it. So we have to do this pacifist. We have to get through all these enemies without shooting a single bullet. And we're doing pretty well so far, so I'm gonna attempt a pretty hard glitch here, or a clip. Clip under here. Oh man. Alright, hang on. Oh man. Okay, I'm not gonna go for that again. It's pretty precise. You can clip under that ledge there and go under that acorn maker. I'm gonna do it the end anyway this time. Save quite a bit of time by doing it, but you lose a lot of time if you miss it, which I just did, so... Right, let's chill out here. Man, this guy's not being friendly here. Okay. So we have to collect all the coins here. So the intended way to do this is pretty slow. We have to wait for these guys to shoot out of these pink clouds, lead it all the way here, and wait a little bit. Oh man, I missed it. Okay, I have to retry this, because I have to get over that guy without killing him. Hang on. Don't worry, we'll get this run going soon enough. Oh my god, the coin. Okay, this is kind of weird cycle we have here, but let's leave with it. Oh. Go. Oh man. Alright. I think this is... Oh no, that's too high. Okay, I'm gonna attempt this again. Okay. I'm sorry guys, this is not going as planned, but we're gonna make it through this level, don't worry. Maybe you can read some donations in the meanwhile, or read messages.
Oh, I can actually talk about one of our prizes. If you go to esamarathon.com/prizes, you'll go to a page with all the prizes you can win in this marathon, and probably one of my favorites are the Mario paintings, and especially the name. Have you heard the names, Kirthar?
Hang on. Oh, okay, we got it. So we're through there. Just have to get by this bear in the plants. I'm gonna play it a bit safe here because... Okay, we got it, finally. We made it through the run gun here, and now we have all the money we need to buy the weapon. What was that you said about Mario Brothers?
Yeah, do you know the names of the paintings?
Also, I can't hear you so well.
Oh, I'll try it again. Can you hear me now, right? Or not? Not yet.
Kinda.
Kinda. But yeah, I was asking if you know the names of the paintings, because they're actually amazing. You have Italian plumber sitting in a shoe at an autumn evening, and you have Still Life of Mankind conquering the sky. Both go for a minimum donation of $35. And I must admit, they look fancy.
Alright, cool. So now we have the weapon we need. This is Lobber. So we're shooting these purple bullets at this guy, and what I'm doing there, I'm parrying those pink shots, which give me some extra cards in the middle lower left there. And by doing this, I'm shooting them down in the ground here. That totally decimates that guy, because when you shoot one of those Lobber EXs down on the ground next to a boss or an enemy, you deal double damage compared to if you shoot it like right at them. So that's a cool glitch you can do in this this particular category. And that's the first boss down. So yeah, we're gonna make use of that wherever we can, shooting those Lobber like special moves down on the ground, deal double damage. You can even deal triple damage if you manage to both hit the ground and the boss at the same time, like a direct hit, like you do like in a corner of the boss or whatever. But that's pretty precise, it's hard to get, so... Alright, so moving on to the second boss, which is Ribbing Croaks. So this is another boss where you can make use of that. While I'm sitting here, crouched next to his foot, I actually shoot at both of those frogs at the same time, so... Right now I'm kind of dealing double damage with these things here. And couple that with the double damage we get from shooting these down on the ground. And... Okay, we didn't get it. You can get a kind of cool skip here. But yeah. We dealt the least enough damage to skip the second phase entirely here, so we're moving on to the last phase at once. Just to dodge some coins here. So this is just a normal day at the casino. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing. I'm gonna shoot these down on the ground next to the guy, and hopefully deal that double damage we're after. Oops, okay. Oh, that was too late. I can't shoot at him while he's in this state. I have to trigger the next attack. And I actually hate this attack, but he's dead already, so it's all good. Alright. So now we're moving on pretty fast through this. Finally, after the rough start, but hey, we'll make up for it. Don't worry. So here's the third boss, which is Goopily Grand. So if you play Dragon Quest, you probably recognize like this kind of. It's like the slime from Dragon Quest, more or less. There's some cool inspiration from classic video games in this here and there, so... Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing here. You get those parries to get some more cards, and once he stops bouncing here, I'm gonna just unleash all this next to the guy, dealing double damage with all of those, and he should be dead soon. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this weapon can be very powerful with that exploit. We're gonna make use of it as much as possible. But right here, the next boss is... We're not gonna use the Lobber here, because we're forced to do like a plane level, which is more like a shoot 'em up kind of stage, if you compare it to these previous bosses we battled. So we just picked up the airplane upgrade there, which we have to do to get to the next boss. So here's Hildaberg. And I'm gonna take some intentional damage when she goes from right to left here. And we can shoot this here, and that thing right there deals a whole lot of damage if you time it right. So that's why we take that damage there to just boost through and be able to hit that. Gonna try to get this placed as well as possible. And do that again. So the downside with this is it's kind of risky. You have to play this whole fight with only 1 HP, pretty much. But we should be fine, right? Nothing to worry about. Alright, so now we move on to the last phase. Which can be a bit tricky, but if you just move right, should be fine. You're gonna get these UFOs at the top here. These beige ones shoot before you get to them, and these red ones you have to go under. So you have to pay attention to the color of the UFOs. But that was really easy, actually. Okay. So yeah, now we're moving on to the last boss of this island. The game is like divided into like 3 islands, and then there's the last part, which is Hell. But here's Can Combination, which is actually pretty easy to deal with when you have lobber. You can only just stand here and shoot diagonally up here, and you're gonna hit every bullet pretty much, unless he does this attack. You're pretty unlucky. Oops. You can dodge his attack by jumping up and doing an EX to get some more airtime. Now it's gonna shoot some seeds here. It's gonna spawn some small enemies. Die in 1 bullet though, so no big threat there. So here's the last phase, almost dead. That takes some damage here. Almost dead anyway. There we go. Alright, so now we're gonna transition to the next island, and it's gonna take a while, so if you have anything to read, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I can talk about one of the upcoming incentives, which is for Fury, which is gonna be not so far away from now. HM will run Fury, and we have an incentive for a blindfolded fight against the Edge, and you don't want to miss that. You actually want to see someone not being able to see. We're currently at $260 out of the 700 necessary, so make sure that it happens.
Alright, cool. So yeah, now we're moving on to Brightness from Bonbon. We're gonna make some heavy use of the exploit that I explained earlier, where you shoot a special attack to the ground next to the boss, right after this mini boss here. So this boss is basically like a number of different mini bosses before we get to the actual boss. So I'm gonna shoot that there, and if I time that right, that EX should land like right next to the mini boss when he spawns. So I'm gonna try it again. Also, I'm laying this trap here, like next to the spawn point. A bunch of bullets that just bounce up and down there. Those bullets are gonna hit the boss right when it comes out. So there's a lot of free damage you can get with that. So here's the last part of this boss. Kind of throw some heads at me, but we don't care about that. Maybe, hopefully. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, there you go. That was a bit scary at the end, but we made it. Alright, so what? Oh, if you paid attention there, if you press the A button at the right time when those stars come out, you can actually skip them, and that saves. Like, it's a frame perfect input, pretty much. You have to press it at the right frame. Usually, if you get lucky when you mash, you can get it. But it saves like almost a second. Anyway, here's Wally. So some people say when they speedrun games, bursts are jerks. This one must be the biggest one of all, in my opinion. So we're gonna keep shooting this guy here, and got a parry there, so when you collect 5 cards, you can do that nuke attack, which I just did. That deals a lot of damage, so don't say no to that. I'll take one more pink bird there to get some more card, because I'm gonna do another nuke right here when these eggs close. Right there. Use that iframes to get through there, parry his shot. Then we do a little pause buffer there, which actually spawns this phase faster. So you pause and unpause, and this he actually comes out like a few seconds faster. Oh, whoops. Okay. So when he shoots at that heart, you have to shoot the heart. You can't shoot his underside like this. Yeah, that's Wally. Oh, nice, we got an A+. Actually does nothing for us in the speed-wise, but it's cool. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the next boss, Jimmy, which is another plane boss. You can talk to that guy right there to get a mina bomb, like another weapon for your plane, but the same logic applies here with one gun, where you can only use one gun. You may only use like this machine gun here, so you can't pick that up, unfortunately. You're just gonna have to stick to this. So, okay, nice. So we got a full 5 cards here. We can nuke him right before he goes away. And we have a little auto-scroll here. You can read something if you want in the meanwhile. Or we can, I can surely explain that every one of those heads that you shoot deals damage to like the boss itself. Also, that's enough damage to kill this sarcophagus almost instantly in the previous phase, because all these phases like share the same health pool pretty much. So when I did that nuke on the first phase, it like that sarcophagus phase really didn't have much health left, so he died like almost instantly. So we're gonna use another nuke here. Right, and now we're on to the last phase. So all of these pyramids can hurt you, and he's dead. There isn't really much time to explain all these things, but yeah. Jimmy is down, so this next boss, you can pull off a pretty interesting glitch if you deal enough damage to him in the first phase, which is possible to do now that we have the exploit where you can deal double damage with your Lobber EX. So here's Beppy the Clown. So I'm gonna wait for him to charge me here. Deal like 1/2 cards of damage, and then I got Layla Trap there. Now we're gonna just go full damage on this guy. I don't mind if I get a little hit here. Okay, we got it. Nice. So you see the explosion there? That means that I killed the second phase while in the first phase, so some stuff is gonna happen. Well, first of all, he's stuck in this phase. So which is a little... It's really good because we don't have to deal with like transitions between phases, which wastes a lot of time normally. So you can just keep attacking him while he's in this state. These dogs are a little bit annoying, but not too hard to get around them. And he's kind of high up, so it's kind of hard to deal damage properly with this weapon. It doesn't have a lot of range, but it's still faster. And there we go. So yeah, that's Beppy, totally intended strat that the developers left in. Alright, so... Oh hey, we get bunch of star skips. Those can actually add up a lot there. Save a lot of time. You can save like almost 19 seconds in total if you get all the star skips from all the bosses and stages here. That's a little fun fact. So here's the boss. If you played Cuphead, this has... Well, you probably gotten stuck here. I know what I did when I played this for the first time. But thankfully, we're using like one of the best weapons against this guy. So thank you to chat for donating towards this, for this boss. For this weapon. Whoops, okay. We're fine. So, the reason for that is that, well, you can pretty much shoot him from anywhere and still hit your shots. So, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna jump, just jump, and shoot. Oh my god, okay. Well, good thing is we can jump off screen and avoid those jumping fireballs, but somehow I still died, so whatever. You can just do it again, no worries. And these clouds are kind of RNG where they're gonna spawn, so sometimes you just get unlucky, don't really have any way to jump. But looking pretty good this time. Some exits there we go. On to the next phase. Now we have full health this time, so we're gonna have a little bit of an easy time. So I'm just gonna stay high as possible. Those won't be a problem for me. Alright, so that's that phase down. You can just keep doing this pretty much through this phase too. This is like the ender of all casual players, this phase right here, because when you shoot at those, yeah, that happens. When you shoot those like bubbles with fire in them, it splits up into 4 different fireballs to shoot it in every direction. But yeah, we got him second try at least, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that's the end of the second aisle. So if we have anything more to read, now's the time.
I can talk a little bit about the charity we're raising money for. We're currently raising money for Save the Children. And we have done that in the past as well with other events, and because of that, Save the Children has delivered quality education to over 273 million children in the last decade, which is more than any other global development organization. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who donated, not only this event, but previous events that we raised money for Save the Charity as well. And the only thing I'm asked for is let's make that number even higher.
Yeah, get those donations in. So yeah, here's the first boss of the third aisle. First and second aisle all had 5 bosses. This one has 9, so... And all of these really ramp up the difficulty compared to the previous ones, so... we're gonna see some cool stuff here. Oh my god. These platforms are also RNG. So... Oh my god. That's kinda rough. Fun fact, you can shoot these with the lobber to gain some cards, like some meter, which you can't do with any other weapons, so it's kind of interesting. Ouch. Okay, this might be a bit rough here. I haven't really dealt in good amount of damage, so we're gonna have to deal with the last phase. Oh my god, these platforms are really rough. Alright, so normally you don't see this phase really. If you deal enough damage, you can kill her before she even turns into the plane. And yeah, you don't want to get this phase because it's really awkward to shoot at. You have to shoot at the middle part of it, pretty much. Let's try that again, I guess. Let's see here. There we go. So let's see if we're gonna get luckier with the platform spawn. Doesn't look that way. Alright, now we're cooking. Alright, let's... Okay, we're good, nice. This is what I want. Alright. I'm just gonna go full blast. Use all those EXs here. take a little bit of damage, why not? So yeah, you can shoot this to gain some meter. And now we should be able to kill this phase before she enters into plane, please. Nope, okay. She should be almost dead though, so if I just shoot some bullets here. There we go. Alright. And another star skip. Nice. Those stars usually come up one by one, but if you do the input at the right time, you can just skip like the animation for those and just make them go plop off at the same time. Alright, so here's the plane level. If you made it this far in the main game, in Cuphead, I can agree that this guy is pretty insane. Like, it's much like total like bullet hell kind of fight. There's a lot of stuff happening on screen. Well, not in this part. Well, there's some stuff going on here too, but it's in the last part of this fight where a lot of people have problems with this boss. We're gonna use a nuke here for this phase, which kills it immediately. And here's the part that everybody hates. But hopefully we won't have much problems here. We can take one hit there, that's okay. Let's go a little bit safe here though. So I'm gonna save up for a nuke here. I'll save 5 cards, and there we go. Just iframes to get a bit closer, and there we go. Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. It was under 1 minute, so that's always good. Okay, so next boss. Yeah, if you, as you can probably tell, this is more like a. This is much like a boss rush kind of game. There are some run and gun stages which we did in the beginning. But those are optional to get more coins to buy upgrades and stuff. But yeah, we're only focusing on the bosses more or less in this category. So yeah, here's Sally. She likes to jump around a lot. Alright, moving on to the next phase here. Gonna set up a little kind of trap here when she comes out. And we're gonna make use of some of those double damage EXs there, shoot them right next to her, which deals double damage compared to shooting them like directly on her, so that makes short work of that phase. Now she's an angel. Apparently this tells like the life story of this girl. Doesn't make sense, but whatever. So there's the angel dead. Oh, here's another. She's an angel again, apparently. Kind of awkward to shoot with that weapon, but there we go. Alright, so I've been talking about like this double damage lobber exploit, where you shoot the special move, like the big purple ball next to the boss on the ground. Well, there's gonna be some big shenanigans going on with that on this boss, which is Werner Vermin. Which is basically, well, it's Tom and Jerry, pretty much. It's gonna be a cat coming out, like, you're gonna see him through the, there he is, looking in through the hole there. There we go. Okay, so you should be transitioning into the next phase here. So in this phase, if you stand on the left side, when he comes down now, and I stand on the left side of this platform, and shoot EX there, and that was kind of bad, but each of those EXs deal 4 times the damage for some reason. I'm gonna do another one there. So there's something going on with that platform when he's down on the ground. I can't really tell you how that works, but it just works. It's gonna take some. It's there, and he's done. Alright, so wait, how many bosses have you killed now? There's another star skip, that's nice. That's really nice. Well, we have only 5 bosses left now. Some of these are pretty tough though. Next one coming up is Captain Brinebeard. And hopefully, like, this is a really RNG heavy fight. It's random which attacks he's gonna use, except in the beginning. He's always gonna shoot 4 bullets. So I'm gonna parry that. Oh, that's not a parryable one. I'm gonna parry that. So now we have some extra cards to use. Alright, let's see what we can get here. Okay, that's really good. This octopus can't hurt you. If you get hit by one of those ink bullets or like ink balls, it's gonna make your screen darker. But he's giving us really good RNG here. We really appreciate this. So now he's already at the last phase. And it's gonna... oh well, it's gonna shoot some stuff at me. And then it's gonna use a big old laser, which we can parry and just kill him. Yeah, that was a really good fight. We got really lucky with the attacks, so I appreciate that. He has a couple of other attacks that are like a lot harder to avoid. But thankfully we didn't get those. So, moving on to Calamaria, which is another plane boss, one of the easier ones in my opinion. So she's this like mermaid kind of deal. Oh, whoops. Okay, we're fine. Shooting at ghosts, pirate ghosts for some reason. Summoning some pufferfish. Okay, this isn't that great. These attacks I'm getting, but should be fine. I'm gonna nuke her right here. Might throw out another attack here. Go. So now some eels are gonna come out and basically turn her into Medusa. Don't question it. Now these eels are gonna come out and try to shoot at me. Which they successfully did. Alright, there we go. We're fine. All calculated. So if you stay close enough to her face, nothing she throws at us is gonna hit us. You just have to pay attention to those spike walls coming out. And she's gone. He's a boss. Right, so only 3 bosses remaining. Wow. Time really flies when you have fun. So yeah, this next boss is kind of annoying with the lobber because it doesn't have a lot of range. Like, it's perfectly fine when you're shooting like horizontally. So this first phase is not that awful. It's kind of annoying when you hit these like eyes that is throwing at you. So I don't want to do that. It's kind of... oh man. Alright. You can like move the platform forward and shoot an EX on the ground next to him to deal more damage, but hey. It was fine in there. So now this skeleton guy is gonna come out. Oh, whoops. Oh hey, okay, that's nice. It's random if he comes out on the left or right side here, so... these skeleton... or these pumpkin guys really helped me out, because when they drop those bricks, they like... if they land on one of my like spokes or like levers or whatever to move the cart, it's gonna move to that side. Right, so that's phase done. You just call them the twins. It's kind of... We don't really know what they are, really. Some weird ghost lollipops. Alright, so here's the last phase. Again, pretty hard to hit things that are above you with this weapon. Oh, whoops. Okay, there we go. Right, so that's Phantom Express. I failed to mention his name. But that's the last boss of this isle. So we'll be moving on to Hell. And the first boss in Hell is King Dice. With most of the other weapons, when you use other weapons for one gun, there isn't a lot of things you can do to like speed the fight up. But since we have Lobber, there's some stuff we can do. Oh well, first of all, let me explain how this fight works. We have to play a game with him so we can actually fight him. So each one of these spaces is different mini-boss pretty much. And of course, we're only gonna go for the optimals. So here's Mr. Wheezy. If I just stand here and shoot forward, I'm gonna hit every bullet and he's gonna not hit anything. What? Okay. I lied. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna get behind him and shoot these EX lobbers next to him on the ground. Which deals double damage, as mentioned, and he's done. Now this is a bit scary because they only have 1 health. I have to fight 2 more mini-bosses and then King Dice himself. Well, thankfully, some of these spaces have hearts on them, which means I get 1 health back. And we actually are gonna fight this boss, like this is part of the route, so that was really lucky. There isn't much going on here. You can read something while this fight goes on. I'm just gonna shoot this guy.
Yes, no problem. I quickly want to mention the incentive for Fury, which is not that far from now, in which Etienne will actually showcase a fight against the Edge with a blindfold on, and I really want to see this get met. So make sure to get your donations in. And also, Kirthar here is doing an amazing job with Cuphead. Can we get some noise for him? Come on.
Thank you, thank you. You're too kind. Alright, so we're gonna do some more double damage lobber shenanigans on this boss. This roulette. I don't remember the name, but she's on the ground here, which means we can do it. I'm just not gonna do just yet when she's moving out like this. It's kind of risky. But right now we can spam these shots here right next to her, and she should be dead soon. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, so that's the last mini-boss we're gonna do on this. Right here. We're gonna go right to King Dice here. Whoop, okay, there we go. We're just gonna spawn some cards here. We have the parry. Pink ones, wow, okay, that was an interesting pattern, but okay. And okay. Wow. We're throwing the hard stuff at us, okay. That would have been a disaster if I failed to do that parry, because this fight is pretty long. You have to go all the way back if you die, so yeah, nice, first try. Yeah, that's the second to last boss done. Now all that remains is, well, we're in hell, so who do you think it is? Devil! And he wants the contracts we've been collecting from all the bosses. By the way, spoiler, I guess if you haven't played the game. But we're gonna say just no, and we have to fight him. And he has a few attacks in the first phase. It's kind of random which ones he's gonna pick. Oh man. This is the worst one because when he's outside of the screen, we can't really deal damage to him until it lands. So Can do some like small lobby traps here, but it's not guaranteed it's gonna land on those bullets that are bouncing up and down. Let's see here. Okay, this is good. Oh, okay. I want that actually. So we're gonna do a thing here. We're gonna pause, boom, and then EX right there. Usually, when you get down to hell in this phase, there's like a small animation where Cuphead is looking scared. But if you pause at the right moment and use an EX, you actually cancel out of that and can start shooting him immediately, which saves a little bit of time, like a couple of seconds. Right, so second to last phase here. If I shoot this at the right spot, these EXs, they're gonna blow up on both of his eyes. Right, so almost on time here. This is... It's gonna kill these eyes here. Oh. Okay, nice. Time. Alright. Well, that was a pretty good run. Had some mistakes, but, well, the time speaks for itself, so... Well, yeah, that was Cuphead. One gun. I wanted to show off something different this time. I played the Cuphead at ESA before, if you saw the previous ones. You usually go for all bosses and stuff like that, so I wanted to show off something different. So I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, enjoy the next run by Naro. Can't really remember what the name was. It was something Japanese. Maybe Wiki can help us with that.
I can definitely help, and I hope I pronounce this correctly, so I'm gonna look at Naro. It's Yo-Yo Kengeki Muso.
Alright, there you have it. So yeah, stick around if you want to watch that. And yeah, that's it for me. Bye y'all.